What's up, big
And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 1299. Today is Friday, February 21st, 2025, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m.-ish. And today's top stories: SEC agrees to drop enforcement case against Coinbase. SEC acknowledges slew of crypto ETF filings as reviews and approvals accelerate. FTX claims from 163 jurisdictions not eligible for distributions. Trump effect: just 1 in 3 Australians say Trump is good for crypto. Argentine President Milei arrives in U.S. Amid fallout from Libra scandal. Ethereum Foundation wants a social media guru to help it yap better. And Ross Ulbricht calls for Bitcoin Jesus Roger Ver to be freed next. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these. Y'all like that? These prices. Go ahead and take a look at these prices. Bitcoin has been amazing the last few days. I don't hear anybody. Listen, has this not been a great year, folks? When was the last time you heard somebody say Bitcoin was dead and crypto was this and scams and the market and blah, 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 blah? All that talk has been quiet. Where are the Peter Schiffs of the world? Where are the Spencer Cornelius of the world? We miss you. Come back and tell us how foolhardily you sounded as far as advising everyone on the planet not to invest in an asset that went to 100K. Speaking of which, Bitcoin's at 98,000. Oh, we just lost $700 as I gave that little diatribe. We're at 99. Oh, and we just got it back. There we go. For those who are not watching, we went from $98,700 and some change to $98,000 flat and like 20 bucks. And then just boosted up another $1,000 that quick to 99,000 flat. On the 24-hour clock, up 2.12%. Ethereum's at $2,821, up 3.55%. For them, we'll be talking about them today. XRP, number 3, $2.68, down 0.55%. Number 5, BNB, $665, up 2.44%. Number 6, Solana, $177, up 2.85%. Number 8, Dogecoin, 25 cents, up 2.6%. Number 9, Cardano at 80 cents, up 3%. And Tron at 10 at 24 cents, up 2.28%. Fear and Greed Index has increased a few tidbits since Wednesday. We're at a 42. I think we were at 37 last time. Bitcoin dominance has dropped about 0.13% or whatever. Is at 60.07. Ethereum dominance has actually got that 0.13 back. All right, they're at 10.35%. So those are your prices and the dominance on the market today, as well with that greed goes. And let me give some quick shout outs before we get this mother rolling. And of course, today is FBF Bitcoin Friday. For those who want to shield other tokens or talk to others smack about whatever else or tell me what I got wrong, feel free. I mean, listen, this actually might be a call-in day. Go ahead and tag all your foreign friends. They might hate me today. I am about to go on a rant here in a moment. I already know I'm going on a rant today, folks. I am. If you like my rants, you're about to get what grinds my gears today. And I want to be clear about today too. I'm mainly talking about like mainland huge countries. I'm not concerned about like the islands and stuff surrounding the US. That's a little bit different. Like those are like sincerely our neighbors and everything from a strategic point of view, as well as from a business point of view. But some of these other foreign countries, Australia, Argentina, what we talking about you today? Like, I'm going to say the rant, but it's going to be a rant today. I'm telling you now. Let's see. Good memories of Mike, London DePaul, Jerome Jones, Alipio, Wisdom Bars, Kashawn, Pat Gray, Hidden Gangster. What up, though? JD Vincent, Kevin. Just lowercase, baby. I don't want to be in charge. Nobody. Just inform you. Knez Martin, Joe Muhammad, Zyro. Good morning, Warriors. Welcome back to the show. Let's go ahead and get this show rolling. First and foremost, we have to talk about the SEC. They all in the news cycle. They've been in the, listen, shout out to the SEC, the new SEC. I would say rebrand the name. Call it the CES or something. I don't know. But the old name still has that Gary Gensler stench on it, and they are not operating that. Hey, SEC said, do what the hell y'all want. All right, y'all want to be true Americans? Y'all want to be Wild Wild West and go crazy? Well, we're done. Go ahead and do it. Shout out to the SEC for listening to the American people and just doing what we told them to do. You're working for us. Thank you for working for us. The SEC is officially, we're up. I don't know where you stand on as far as political aisle, but I will tell you something for certain. The SEC had not been working for the United States these last 4 years, period. They haven't been working for the overall regular American guy or gal. They have not. So I don't know if it's because of the new administration. I mean, I do know, but I know some of you won't like to admit it. I don't know if it's because of new administration or what, but the SEC has done a 180, and I'm happy to see. The SEC acknowledges slew of crypto ETF filings as reviews approvals accelerate. The regulator is seeking comment on filings covering crypto staking, options, and altcoin ETFs, among others. Again, I haven't seen this article, but the story is the headline. I keep saying this every week because there is a reason why this is a headline the last 2 or 3 weeks, folks. This is crazy. Like, you don't, they prosecuted, no, they persecuted and then prosecuted so many people in the crypto space the last few years, last 10 years essentially. And then to come out and just say, hey, yes, we're actually reviewing all this stuff you sent us. Shout out to them. And actually, that guy who was the top SEC guy who went to the IT desk, I think we actually need to do him one further to seeing how much work they're doing. We need to actually fire this guy. He doesn't even deserve the IT desk, because how in 2 weeks is the SEC saying, all right, we're looking at all these filings. In the last 4 to 8 years, 10 years, you decided not to. Isn't just, okay, now we're going to do the right thing. So we haven't been doing the right thing, but now we are. No, there has to be accountability, folks. There has to be accountability. But let's see, these filings were submitted by securities exchanges, NASDAQ, SIBO, all the big players to make the markets move. Let's see, the SEC's acknowledgments highlight how the agency has softened its stance on crypto since U.S. President Donald Trump started his second term. Consequently, 2 crypto index ETFs launched in February, and analysts expect more ETF approvals to follow in 2025. Actually, a new one just launched too yesterday or today. I think it was Franklin Templeton or something. I'm not covering it because folks, all they are derivative products. I am not about to start covering every last derivative product that's being launched. Some are going to be hits, some are going to be misses. But all it is another derivative product. So yes, a couple were launched this month, and oh my goodness, they actually have it public. Folks, you don't understand how big this is. This is transparency. This is National Securities Exchange submissions. I didn't even see this. Hold on, a file number, organization. Folks, this is huge. Look, comments due. This is the point I'm talking about. Comments due. It says here, comments are. So for those who are listening, I'm essentially looking at the SEC's like Excel sheet or list of all the different filings they have and where they're at with it, the dates and the number, the serial numbers. And they even have comments due. And it says 21 days after publication in Federal Register on all of these. 21 days. Let me bag out, see if they're all 21 days. I'll zoom in. How to bag out. Bag me out. Bag me out. Zoom me out, baby. There we go. Let's see what else we have. There we go. Let me see. They're all 21 days. Yeah, 21 days. 20 folks. This, oh my goodness. 3 weeks you have to give comments. This is how it should have been the last 10 years. How is this not like this the last 10 years? Again, treason. We're for the first time seeing the SEC do their job in the last decade for the crypto market. Freaking treason. There's no other way. It's either treason or waste, fraud, and abuse. Either way, it should be a jail sentence. Like, it shouldn't be. I get, that guy is lucky as shit to go to the IT desk. And Gary Gensler, you are lucky as shit to be just leaving. I try not to use profanity. It's going down today. You are super lucky to be exiting stage left to another job. You all should be in prison. Like, you're not allowed to just not do it. And they decided just not to do it. And now they're actually doing it. Do you see that, folks? 21 days they owe reports back. Could you imagine where our crypto market in the United States would have been 10 years ago, 4 years ago? Like, wow. Shout out to the new SEC, I guess, right? Hey, the history doesn't matter. Past doesn't matter. We're here now. What do you want, right? We're here now, I guess. Whatever. It is what it is. Shout out to the SEC. Like, God, this is America, folks. That's what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking for. This is some goddamn America now. We're on target now. Like, what is good? What? Shout out to the SEC. I shouldn't have to be this hype about the SEC. It should be another boring story that they're doing their job and we keep going. In fact, it shouldn't even be a story. The fact that I have to have a story that the SEC decided in 2025 at $100,000 Bitcoin, which I told y'all in 2017, this is what happened when they say it was all criminals in it. After a 6-figure crypto, they finally decided, hey, it's time for us to do our job. They are actually giving comments and looking over people things for the first time publicly. Finally, I mean, just that is the story. On the back of that, SEC agrees to drop enforcement case against Coinbase. Hilarious. Oh my goodness. Now, this is, like I said, folks, I'm not telling you what to do. And of course, you should follow the law and do the right thing, right? Get all my checkpoints for some of you. Hold on. I know how to hear it is. Follow the law, do the right thing, not professional advice, not tax advice.
Oodly, Italy, Oodly, Loony Oodly,
Noodly doodly
Italy,
doodly
Oodly,
doodly. Just
Loony
a
Oodly.
diddly
Okay,
daddler
all right,
ratner.
all right. You get it. I think I covered it all. Okay, I covered it all. Here's my point. You are an absolute Ned Flanders. There we go. I was trying to think of a name to call, but I don't want to call too many people names. I know I get people on all sides of the fence who enjoy watching me. I trigger them all the time. I appreciate you all staying in the passenger seat when I'm driving crazy. I appreciate it. But for the Ned Flanders out there, like you are an absolute Ned Flanders. If right now you're still looking like, well, I got the crypto regulation says this, or the tax says this, or the law right here is changing. It's a changing right in front of our eyes. Listen, Coinbase essentially made that backroom deal that Elon Musk made with President Trump. Here's some campaign funds. Yo, what's going on? We getting the press put on us. Like, woo-wee, Coinbase, you lucky ducks. This is what they've been wanting. This is why they've changed their tune. All these other things just so they can be in the clear. I know they're breathing a relief of fresh air today. And again, I'm not going to be no hate. Hey, ain't no hateration here. Cool. We dropping cases. We dropping cases. Then drop all the cases. And in fact, Reggie Middleton, go after the SEC right now. This isn't the time to wait, Reggie. Get on the phone, make your calls, your last little bit, whatever you got. Send it to Trump, make the calls, get the SEC in your sights, and let's get this apology from him or something, Reggie. I mean, it is clear as day the SEC is being super subjective now, as they always have been. Shout out to Coinbase for being able to wiggle out of this. And again, there's no hateration. I'm happy they did wiggle out of it, because the next time a government or a regulator comes after you for this whole crypto market, I need you all to be bringing up these articles I've covered the last 2 weeks. The SEC has agreed in principle. All right, so that means it's a backroom deal going on in principle. In principle, if you do what I told you to do, you don't make a big fuss, and you stop embarrassing us, I guarantee Coinbase is about to lay off going after the government, SEC. As well as other crypto litigation. I guarantee you, because they're only there for their self-interest. That's the in principle part. They're saying, yo, lay off the SEC, lay off the public stuff, and we got you. But in principle, to dismiss his lawsuit against Coinbase, marking a major legal win for the exchange and a turning point for U.S. crypto regulation. The feds. When have you seen the feds turn and tuck tail? We have not. Even with the Ripple case, they tried it. They saw it to the end. They was trying to get appeals. They was like, all right, y'all won this round. All right, I got you, player. I'm going to see you on Tuesday. It wasn't like, oh, they won. This is over. I guess that's it. No, when has the feds, when has the United States government ever tucked tail? A. B, when have they tucked tail when they had something in the sights? You got to remember, Coinbase already got hit, right? Coinbase was already like, if the United States government were hunters, which we are, Coinbase already got hit with a shot from pretty far. It just didn't kill them. But they running through the woods right now, leaking. And we're just, the U.S. government has been following that blood trail, trying to figure out where they hiding that for the last year or so. And finally, Coinbase, I don't know what sound animals make. They got in the corner, they made some noises, they called for help, and the help came and started talking to the hunters. Oh, whoa, lay off on them, we got you. All right, listen, here's the deal. Coinbase is like, there's something going on in the background. The United States SEC isn't just going to say, hey, we're just going to give this up and drop it, and this is a win for Coinbase in crypto overall. Are you all absolutely insane? Like, it don't go like that. This is definitely some administration pushing, which means they gave the president some money. I'm sure they did, because they were a part of that. Even that crypto commercial I did on the channel, I promoted. That was like Coinbase back too. So it's not even a maybe. They definitely gave the government some money already. And that government being the new administration, that happened. So this is their favor. This is their favor back. And again, it's in principle, because I guarantee to go along. I mean, I've done this in the U.S., like military folks. Part of the favor is you shutting up. You're not going to keep talking bad about the SEC, the United States government. I already know. So again, they dropped their lawsuit against Coinbase. According to an announcement from Coinbase, the dismissal is still subject to approval by an SEC commissioner before the suit is officially withdrawn. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said, quote, if this goes through, it's a really big deal, not just for us, but for the whole crypto industry. The only reason it's a big deal for the whole crypto industry is because, like, of what I said. It's like, if you go to court, you better bring this with you. Like, just bring this article with you. Be like, I'm leaving in 30 minutes. Y'all decide what y'all need to do, but I won't be here. I continue his quote, but for the whole crypto industry, the 50 million Americans who hold crypto, and I think for the rest of the world, because this is an important signal about where things are going. That I do agree with. Again, and this is why there has to be accountability, folks, especially with the whole Doge and looking at all our, doing the whole review and audit of our government. There has to be accountability, because this lawsuit started in June of 2023. So essentially, you're looking at least a year and a half of litigation that's paid for by taxpayer money. How much litigation does it cost to take Coinbase to court with all their billionaire lawyers, right? So you use taxpayer money to take Coinbase to court for a year and a half, and then you drop the case. You like from a business point of view, from American business, that is why cases don't get dropped because you already use so much American taxpayer. Hell, I sure wish I could get in the gym and have some American taxpayer money to help my litigation and then just drop it out. Like you use American taxpayer money for a year and a half. You don't get to just drop it where because the thing is either you're in on it or you're incompetent. Either way, it should be people fired and in jail. There isn't just I guess business is normal. We got rid of 2 people, or we didn't get rid of 2. We got rid of 1 person, did musical chairs with a couple other people that were still in the office. Like you don't get to do that, even though they're actually doing it. So I guess you do get to do that. But yeah, this is the SEC. They used up a year and a half of American taxpayer money to go after Coinbase just to actually drop the suit. So it's officially been dropped. Like I said, it's not going to mention. I don't see it being mentioned, but I am guaranteeing you this is how it works. The in principle part is a backroom deal. You gave the money. We're dropping the lawsuit. Everything you wanted worked. If Coinbase continues on this United States SEC slander, because this isn't me. I'm talking as an SEC or a government regulator now. If they continue with this slander, they say anything bad about our regulators, the way we're regulating, they continue to motivate people like me and other people out here to say, yo, let's self-regulation, let's get the government doing this and that. You do that one more time, Coinbase, that suit comes back fast. It's going to come like as soon as that X thread goes out from Brian Armstrong, where it's like, hey, the United States did this, this is wrong. Boom. That suit comes right back. So again, watch Coinbase behavior right now. They're about to go back to usual, gate guarding, putting up barriers and making sure the crypto community cannot catch up to whatever they have planned. Let's see what else we have in the news. I mean, people, it's just, whoo. That's why low-key I took off yesterday. It was slow yesterday. And I was like, at this rate, it hasn't been slow for 2 days. All right. And I was like, this is probably going to be one of those shows. Let's see. In principle, meaning if it goes how I wanted it to go. Exactly. You know what's up. Zyro knows what it is. Does this mean they'll stop using the Howey test as a security standard for crypto? Yes and no. It means they will stop using the Howey test if they like you. I'm gonna keep it real. So let's throw it out there. I'm gonna keep it like, hey, and you all can do the whole how did you hit a rock, a boulder, not a rock? How did you hit a boulder on the freeway? Well, it was just in the lane. Well, why didn't you drive around it? It was in my lane. I could drive straight. It was in my lane. Yeah, but it still was a big ass boulder that like it wasn't moving, and you decided to hit it because it was in your lane instead of moving. Like, I just want to be clear. If you're one of those people who's starting a crypto project and you're waving the blue flag, and I hate Trump and I hate what the government is doing, and I hate, and forget them, whether you have a reason or not, I'm not picking sides. I'm just letting you know how this is going to go. If you're one of those people, Democrat, liberal, I hate the current government and everything else, and you launch a crypto project, they will use that Howey test. You better believe they're going to. There is not. No one's playing fair. Like, wake up. There's a boulder in the road. Nobody's playing fair. You can either argue and complain about nobody playing fair, or you can get your ass in the game and stop playing fair too. Okay, like there is no middle ground. Now, if you're a Republican launching a crypto project, then no, I'm pretty sure you won't get a Howey test. I'm pretty sure the standards for regulation around your business will probably be lower. Again, I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying either is right or wrong or fair. I am saying I'm answering the question. Somebody said, do you think the Howey test will still be the standard for crypto? Depending on what side flag you're waving. If you're waving a blue flag, yep, they're going to keep pressing. If you're waving a red flag, they will not keep pressing because of clearly what's been going on. So again, not fair. None of this has been fair in the market. It's been absolutely abhorrent. It's showing me that anyone who follows a man-made law is a fool. Like, you are a fool. Do what's right for you under your religion. Do what's right for you under your family, and then under your government as well. If you don't want to be kidnapped and enslaved, but if you're just blindly like, well, this is new law, this new law, the government said this, regular, like, you need to start living your life because they are not living like that themselves. It's crazy. Speaking of them not living like that themselves, the most gangster thing of the week. FTX claims from 163 jurisdictions not eligible for distributions. Who told you? Who told you the other day when I said that and saw that 1.9 billion number, 1.3 billion or whatever? I was like, yo, they said they had 50 billion in crypto losses across the market. And then they had what? Like 20 billion from number 10 billion from them themselves. Like, how they just come up with this 1 point some billion? I kept saying like something fishy about it. I want to know who gets their money. You remember I said the whole little thing on that. how the money is going to be pushed out, who's going to get it, will they actually get it? I had all these questions because I said something is fishy. I've been in this market too long, folks. Like, and then I've been in like main markets. I understand how to analyze this shit. I knew it was cap, 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 cap. And not only was it cap, so I haven't even looked at this article yet, but this is what I'm assuming would happen. So the article is FTX claims from 163 jurisdictions not eligible for distributions. I am assuming, because you remember, FTX did pay the Democrat and Republican Party. They covered all their base. They paid everybody for the last election or a couple elections ago, whatever. FTX and this whole debacle about these jurisdictions and everything not being able to have distribution, essentially they paid the American government and over. So let's say we gave the American government, 55, 60% of everything we could recover. That was so we wouldn't have to give the rest of the world anything. That's that gangster tax. I'm paying you, America, to make sure we lock, stock, and loaded because I owe a lot of people in other countries and we not paying them. Bruh, they literally paid the American government for protection. We are going back in time as far as like this is about to get real feudal out here. FTX creditor and advocate Sunni Kabari shared a list of countries, which includes basically all the United States enemies: Russia, China, Egypt, Nigeria, and Ukraine. Oh, actually, Ukraine. That caught me off guard. Oh, hey, well, no, actually, it didn't catch me off guard. I forgot. Trump's in office now. He's trying to distance himself from Ukraine. Also, as an aside, hey. Shout out to 607. That's what I got my mom. For those who know what I'm talking about, he said that Diddy might get pardoned because Trump, one of his sons, was at his party, and that's who was on camera. And that's why the raid actually happened to get all the tapes from LA. They're looking for one tape from Trump's kid. Guys saying that Diddy's going to get pardoned once this all settles down here next year or so. And I'm like, oh my God, if that's actually real, it's possible. I don't know why I brought that up. I think I brought it up because the Ukraine thing. Yeah, the Ukraine thing. Because they were talking about Joe and his son Ukraine and how Trump and his son might be involved in Diddy. But by and large, Ukraine is officially became an op of the US now that Trump's in office. Not because of them themselves, because he was working with them too back in the day. Let's be clear. Trump was working with Ukraine in his first administration. So I won't say it's because of like they may have necessarily done something, but I think he's treating it like 50 Cent, Meech, and Rick Ross. He's looking at Ukraine like, nah, you was working with Biden all close, y'all friends, and y'all laundered money together. I ain't messing with you no more. Y'all ain't getting nothing back either. Defunct crypto exchange FTX has encountered issues with ineligible jurisdiction claims as it begins repaying creditors who lost funds in its high-profile bankruptcy case. February 18th, the bankrupt exchange initiated its first round of repayments. Those who lost up to $50,000 classified by the exchange as the convenience class were expected to receive 100% of their claims plus 9% annual interest based on their holdings. While repayments make a significant step in the crypto recovery, they now face claims from restricted jurisdictions. On February 21st, FTX creditor and advocate Sunil Kavari shared a list of countries ineligible for claims, including the ones I named. He said there are many claims from countries not eligible for FTX distributions. The FTX creditor and advocate added that the bankrupt exchange was already reviewing their options. Folks, if you think they messed up $50 billion in the market and lost billions of dollars themselves, and they don't have analysts and auditors and folks that were smart enough before this story came out, before this, all of a sudden, we didn't know. If you think when they was breaking down how much money was lost, how much money is owed, who gets owed it when, and all those numbers were being crunched, and not one person in that room was like, we're going to pay back all these people in all these different countries. If you don't think this conversation was already had and decided weeks, if not months ago, like, come on. I mean, how Ned Flanders do we have to get? And I get it. If I was on a news show, they would, well, what proof do you have, King? What exact proof do you have that they talked about it? I don't know. I would assume that a person who can do billions of dollars of audits and transactions is smart enough to know that they won't be able to dividend up into 200 different countries, especially the ones that were opt out and enemies with. Our enemigos ain't getting no money. Come on. Like, they know this already. Shout out to the FTX auditors for being the gangsters they are too. All these gangsters are popping up these days, man. I'm telling y'all think, them comment sections swear is only the informal urban gangster with the pants sagging and can't talk right. No. They can only hurt one or two, three other people at most. These gangsters are hurting 163 different jurisdictions of people. Goodness gracious, this is getting crazy. But yeah, bottom line is this: FTX said, "Look, if you're a United States citizen or one of our friend countries, we got you. All right, we're gonna give you this little convenience fee or whatever they call it. We got you. If you somebody we don't mess with, get it back in blood." I mean, they really just told, "Hey, yeah, we got it. Come get it." All right, that's what it is. No more, no less. Oh, here comes the ranch, folks. Oh man, a work be making me miss FBI. Well, Super Mario, you just in time for these 7 minutes right here. These 7 minutes of hell I'm about to give them. Trump effect. Just 1 in 3 Australians say Trump good for crypto, says this survey. A survey from Australian crypto exchange Independent Reserve found local crypto holders were split with their views on Donald Trump when it came to crypto. Here's the thing. And I said this before because it's been happening already. I mean, Elon Musk, the biggest example, but it's been happening. And it happened when Trump won the election. I noticed Australian news was covering, and they did like the celebratory run and all this other stuff. And I want to be clear, I have a ton of Australian friends. I'm really close to some of them too. So if they hear this, I hope they don't take it the wrong way, but it is what it is. I'm not, and Americans are not in Australian business. And next we'll be covering Argentine because President Malai over here too, copping pleas looking for help as well. Like, we're not in Argentina business. We're not in, like, outside of me just covering it. I'm not voting and doing surveys on Argentina. I'm not voting and doing surveys on Australia. Neither is no other Americans. We are selfish. We care about America. We don't care about Canada unless we kicking ass. We don't care about Mexico unless we going down there. And that's being real. I do personally. I care. I lived in San Diego. I love it. But as far as the Bible Belt, the people in the mid, like the people who won the election, don't care. So let's be clear. Yeah, let me do it like that. The people who helped win the election don't care about Canada. They don't care about Mexico. They don't care about Australia. They don't care about Argentina. Most of them have ever and actually never left their region. Forget leaving like a coast. People in the South ain't left the South. People in the Midwest haven't left the Midwest. I know people I grew up with haven't left the state, like type of deal. So people in the West Coast, a lot of California is known for like not going past Las Vegas east. Like Vegas and Arizona is the far east. A lot of California people get. They never even been to the nation's capital. Okay, I am saying all this to say we as Americans do not give no fucks about these other countries. We think we're gonna step all over you. We think you're better than you and all this other stuff. Again, I'm talking for the whole country, not just for myself. I don't think these things. I'm well traveled. I love Japan. They're super clean, technologically forward. I almost moved there before moving to LA. This Hollywood thing didn't work out. So I'm not saying I see the beauty in other countries. I understand that they're better at some things than us. They're worse at some things. I see it, but I even had people. I had a director reach out to me before when I was doing my London diet rant. For those who watch, who's like, "I can't believe you're saying this." I was like, "Bro, like I know you're a director and I'm in Hollywood, so you probably feels a certain way, but real life, homie, I was in the military in America, and this guy was like a Spaniard or something. I'm like, stay in your fucking place. Like, this is getting absolutely insane. Elon Musk is leading this charge, of course, so it's expected. I get it, the money's behind it, but here's the deal: stay out of our business. Like, yes, I actually am with Dr. Umar on this FBA thing, and the reason why is because what's happening is we're getting all these foreigners coming in right now, and again, I get it. Everybody in America is foreign. Let's be clear about that. But we can do this all day until the day is done, right? Everyone's coming in changing narratives or ignoring things like America got some issues to solve. That's the bottom line. We all know this. America has issues to solve. And until we solve them, we don't even know. We don't need that many more new people with this new ideas and new surveys. Stay in your lane. Going back to the Trump presidency, when he won, Australia did a whole news circuit about covering it. I was like, why is Australia covering the presidential election the way they're doing it in depth? They have this like, we know y'all accent, right? Ain't no accent you can sell us. We know an Australian accent. We know you're not from here. There is, I get it. Some people look alike, so you think you're gonna be able to smooth on in here. No, 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 no. Fuck no. Fuck no. No, 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 no. I am not sure why Australians are doing crypto surveys. I'm not sure why they have thoughts on our president or what we have going on. But I would say to Australia and every other country out there, work on making your country great. Don't y'all got Aborigines? Y'all need to give reparations to yourselves. Like we don't. I don't want it. We don't need it. Okay. I'm tired of seeing it. I get it. If you're gonna move here, whatever, move here. Your partner, whatever. But damn, can you give yourself 10 years to really learn about America before you start talking and taking service? These are people not even in our country. They're That's the article. I'm not even covering in detail. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of being like, hell no. Listen, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to keep it crypto. But on a political sense, for those who see it, see it. What's happening is it's kind of what happened to America the first time. America's trying to do this thing right now. We're like, hey, these are the people we want here. These are the people we don't want here. And I actually agree with that in some senses. However, until some things have been discussed and resolved, we need resolutions. Until some resolutions happen, nah, keep your new people, keep your opinions, keep out. Keep the new people, keep your opinions, and keep out. I am tired of seeing it. Oh my goodness. This is why it's going to be easy to win the next few elections, too, for anybody who goes right with the immigration thing. Nobody wants it, people. I'm sorry. The only people want is New York and California is like that. The people who need the votes. But these people who are staunch in the Midwest and South, who have families and kids, who they hope to one day own a home or be a mayor or be a police officer or something, they don't want that to be displaced by an Australian. Like, what the fuck do I do? Really? They don't want that to be displaced by an Argentinian. Like, get out of here. It's not going down like that. There's too many unresolved issues. I am tired of seeing all these foreigners stick their nose in our business. That includes African Elon Musk as well. Yeah, we get it. You put a lot of money in America. Does that mean you just like if it's only a money thing? Then why stop with Elon? Let Vladimir Putin and what's the Chinese president? I can't even think of his name right now. Let Xi Jinping, North Korea. If it's about money, let Vladimir Putin give us 20 billion. Let Vladimir Putin say, hey, I'm gonna pay off 30% of the United States national debt. I just want to see you in the White House somewhere. It's about money, right? We let a South African do it. Why stop? Why stop? Like, why stop? We let Australia do it. And now the segue, it looks like we're letting Argentina do it. Why we got this fool over here right now? Argentina President Milei arrives in U.S. amid fallout from Libra scandal. That is right. You talking about running. Ugh. If they don't like impeach Argentina, if y'all don't get rid of this boy, could you imagine if you opt out, you got problems in these streets that you started, by the way. Let's be clear. It wasn't like he was just minding his own business and then, hey, let's go get him. No, you wanted to promote cryptos. You wanted to scam people, right? And then you wanted to lie about it. Don't bring that shit over here. No. See, I'm about to go there today. I'm hot. I am telling you for a fact, folks, as bad as you think Trump is, there could be a lot worse. Because for me, for example, I would probably be worse than Trump, to be real. Like, I would be worse. Malai, unless you got that bad, you take it. I'm sure he had the bad. And even if he do have the bad, we still might take it. Go home, buddy. Good luck. You need to figure out what you got going on. Don't bring the heat to my house. How you gonna rob a bank and come straight here? Like, for real, you just robbed a bank and came here with the money bags and that. What the get out of here, bro? What are you doing? Hey, Malai just robbed a bank and came straight to the U.S. with the money, but you better be giving them money bags to the White House. That's all I know, because if you're not, your ass need to go right back as well. I mean, seriously, folks, this guy just fleeced his entire country, then took the first plane ride out to the United States. Come on, man. Come on. And this is the stuff where I'm talking about. Like, don't think I know. I know. For those who are in Los Angeles, we actually have it's hidden in plain sight. I live next to one. Actually, my last place, I was calling it I used to call it Protest Valley. I live right next to the ambassador for I want to say it was like the Armenian ambassador or something. Like one of these like either Armenian or Palestinian or some ambassador. They was protesting over there like all the time. Oh my goodness, it was nonstop protest. My point is that being in the United States, I'm glad you feel safe from your people, but you still real touchable to United States citizens. I know these. I mean, anybody. It's the one in Hollywood. They got a whole gated community of ambassadors in actual Hollywood. You go up Rossmore for those who know what I'm talking about. So it's like we know where you're at too in America, bro. Don't bring the heat this way. Like you're not safe over here either, bro. Go home, handle your business, okay? But this is Argentine President Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, has arrived in the U.S. as the Libra scandal continues to unfold. He arrived here on February 20th for a trip of diplomacy and deal making. Again, I wonder that boy came with his money. Listen, was it even worth scamming everybody if you have to give it to the U.S.? This is so funny, folks. Like, and this is why foreigners need to stay out of our business for real. Unfortunately, rest in peace to the woman in LA who was just killed by, it looks like, her ex-boyfriend or something. And I'm not bringing this up for that. That was a sad story, but people were in the comments because her name was like She had a Chinese name or whatever, right? It was something Zong or something Zong or something, whatever. But she changed her name to an American one. Of course, a lot of people do that to make it easier for Americans to say and to blend in and things of the sort. But what's crazy is that you got all these people like essentially capping for America. You got the Chinese coming over changing their names. You got Argentina folks coming over here changing things. You got Australians in their own country just doing American celebratory runs, which to me is a big. Why are you so invested in America when you are literally a 24-hour flight away at least? Like, I just do not understand it unless there's something else at play you all don't want to say. So all this stuff is weird. My point is, you got all these foreigners saying, I'm willing to change who I am. I'm willing to change my country. I'm willing to change my name. I'm willing to change my religion. I'm willing to change who I date. I'm willing to change everything about me instead of fighting for myself in my own country. But anyway, I'm willing to change everything just to move and not have to fight, or just for an easier life. I don't know. But here in America, there's people who are from here who aren't changing shit, and we're still trying to push back against things that were done wrong. So the problem is that you all are coming saying, yeah, we're willing to change everything about ourselves, and whatever the Uncle Sam and American government say, we're going to follow it to a T. Right? All these goofy crypto laws, they're coming over here like, well, the government said the crypto law. That's what the government. And the reason why they're doing it is because they're scared to get deported. So yeah, if I was scared to get deported, whatever the government say, I'm co-signing. And that's what they do. So now all of a sudden you have millions of people coming over here co-signing whatever the government says just so they can say stay, because they're too weak to stand on their own 10 or 2 feet in their own country or whatever else they got going on, right? These are these people. This is my issue with it. You're foreigners, you're coming over here, yes, man, and everything, and we got issues going on. You're picking a fucking side instead of staying neutral. So since you're not going to stay neutral, beat it. Door. Like, we don't want you here if you're picking sides and you don't even know what the hell going on. You've been here for 3 or 4 years. I'm living in LA, folks. I see it legitimately every day. How many Uber drivers, how many actors, models, all these other people come. How long have you been here? 3 months. Oh, I think the US should do this. I think government is this. Why do black people do this? What's going on with that? What's going on? It's like, yo, if you don't shut the hell up, you 3-monther or 3-year or whatever. Before I started talking about LA stuff, let's be clear. I've been in LA now, what, 8 years going on now? And I've been in Southern California now, my adult life, since the age of like 23. So essentially, how many years is that? I can't even count no more. Like 14 years or something, 15 years, 14 years. So now I talk about California. And even then, if you all listen to me, I always say SoCal. NorCal is an entirely different state. I very rarely go into NorCal politics or talk NorCal crypto, talk NorCal anything, because I don't know enough about it to be talking about. So I stay in my lane and I talk about SoCal, I talk about LA, and I talk about San Diego and the cities and regions in between. I talk about the Midwest, I talk about the North, and I talk about the South because I lived in all those places as well. I talk about foreign countries because I've been there. I don't talk about shit I don't know, but I don't go to a foreign country. Our military brief in a different country used to be mind your business. Like, mind your business. Stay in line. Go. You're going to go get a drink, get a drink. You're going to go to dinner. Whatever. You are not a citizen here. You don't have the same rights. If you get in trouble, it's going to be worse. They won't care about you. Mind your business. But for whatever reason, we are not getting that same respect in America. And again, that goes to the American dream, which shout out to the American dream, because the American dream is anybody can come from anywhere and become great, essentially. So I'm all for that, and I love it, but not at the expense of other people who have been here. And not saying you're taking jobs. I'm not talking about that weird stuff. I'm talking about exactly what I just said, the narrative. Don't come with a new narrative trying to fit in, right? Because that's the only reason why you're doing it. You're doing it to fit in. You change your name to fit in. You change your religion to fit in. You change your country to essentially fit in. So don't try to change the narrative to fit in. All right. So going back to Argentina, I'm sorry. I told y'all it was gonna be a rant. I saw it and I'm just, I can't take this shit no more. And somebody has to listen, and it's all you. According to Bloomberg, his itinerary. Oh, going back to the diplomacy and deal making, though, I wonder what the diplomacy and deal making would be, and perhaps seeking a rebound from the unfolding Libra meme coin scandal that threatens his administration, folks. I mean, the article is basically telling you this trip may serve to reshape the image and narrative. No, listen, he's coming here to give President Trump a bag of money, and President Trump's going to laugh and be like, "Boy, y'all weak, mofos. I got you, man. I got you. Go ahead and leave it on the table. Get on up out of here. Well, I got you. I'm gonna take care of you." That's essentially what's gonna happen. He in pocket. And by the way, he's super stupid, because if you study history and power as a foreign government, as a foreign power, you should never be hiring foreign, excuse me, as a government or power, you shouldn't be hiring foreign auxiliaries. And while we might not be fighting as far as a mercenary auxiliary, you actually are by making this deal. Like, you're essentially hiring America to watch your back. Well, I'm not stupid. So shout out to President Malai for kissing the ring. We appreciate it. Shout out to one of my old admirals. You got to kiss the ring. He says, hey, I had to kiss it. My admiral, old white guy, I had to kiss the ring too. He said, all right, so it ain't like nobody. He wasn't talking about me. He's talking about another high-ranking guy. High-ranking guy, we pulled in the port. We had a reception. This other high-ranking guy from another ship didn't come. Everybody was like, yo, King, where's the rest of the high folks I'm supposed to meet with? And this is the hard part of my job, folks, delivering that bad news to the high-ranking folks. Is he didn't come today, sir. Excuse me? He's not gonna be here tonight. Well, why not? I can't speak for another captain of like what? I ain't that position. That was me. A bunch of uhs. About to go find out. I'll be back with an answer, sir. I'll be back. And that's when he told me, hey, listen, this guy ain't gonna make it. All right. High-ranking guy. He said, the other high-ranking guy ain't gonna make it. You gotta kiss the ring. He said, I kissed the ring too. Everybody has to kiss the ring. It's the way we do it here. Okay. That's that gang stuff. You gotta know about it. Malai is coming to kiss the ring. That's all it is. Because he could have did all this on the phone. He could have did all this on a FaceTime. Come on, this ain't back in the day where we need to be face to face. Put me on FaceTime. Let's talk about what you need to talk about. Send me that Libra. I'm at that whatever you got. He went because he needs help and safety right now. He had to get up out of Argentina, and he ain't go no weak country, folks. That's like if y'all had a problem here or something was going on with me. I was like, fine. I'm about to go hang out with my Navy SEAL buddies. Like, if you want me, I'll be in San Diego on base. Like, come holler. We'll figure this out there. Right? And y'all be like, oh, really, bro? No, come off base and come talk to us. No. You come on base and talk to me. That's all this Argentina president is doing right now. I'm gonna go to the US now that I fleeced my own citizens. I'm gonna tuck tail and take cover until we figure out the next move. Dude, just give it up. It's over with. If you come into the US and doing deals with Trump after you just did your whole country like that, and that's where like power corrupts. Just give it up, homie. Give it up. You did wrong. It's okay. It happens. It's not okay, but it happens. But right now, he's digging himself a for real grave. And I mean that literally. It's one thing to like, okay, you did wrong. You did a financial crime. Even we don't get you in jail or prison, let's at least impeach you. That'll make us feel better, right? Or let's just get you out of resign. Be a man and resign. But you trying to fight this and stay? Oh, okay. Maybe we need a Gaddafi. And I hate that they did it to him like that. But maybe we need a Gaddafi. Do you want to be paraded through the streets, getting your clothes ripped off you and beat to death? Like, leave. But seriously, Malai is like, no, I don't want that. And it's not going to happen because I just pay President Trump. We good. All right. Let's see. What else we have? Ethereum Foundation wants a social media guru to help it yap better. This is what's funny, folks. So I used to yap for a living. I still yap for a living. I'm a yapper, right? I'm a yapper. I yap for the Navy. I yap for the military. Why would you need someone to yap for you if what you're like? All right, does Bitcoin need somebody or something to yap for it? But do the shit coins need somebody and some things to yap for it? Yes. So why would you need somebody to yap for you if everything you are doing is technologically superior? This is Ethereum we're talking about. The only other altcoin that has their market share posted on CoinMarketCap, and they need somebody to yap for them. Folks, this is a red flag of red flags. I need you all to understand this from a PR expert. I mean, keeping it real, who's been in this, a networking and PR expert, who's been in the field, who's put in the work, BBC, Fox News, CNN, you name it. Okay. I've worked with them all. This is a red flag. Now, before I get into this article really quick, with this red flag, if you remember the Ethereum DAO, whatever, just released millions of dollars to help blah, blah, blah. If you have Ethereum or an altcoin that's using Ethereum or gas fees stuck somewhere because it was either too low to justify moving it, as we talked about in the past or any of that, move it now, folks. Late last night, I know somebody who's doing some Ethereum swaps and the gas fees were like either non-existent or super low, but it was because I'm pretty sure that the donation that they made, because it was coming up basically like it looked like it was a complimentary fee, like it was already being taken care of, and even said Ethereum DAO or something on one of them. So I'm pretty sure right now that's what's going on. That 100 million, wherever they donated, that's for all the gas fees. So if you were like some of the people I may have known yesterday who had like all these different, like let's say $50 here, $100 there, or whatever, a few hundred here, and it's just like, but the gas fees were outrageous. Now is the time to consolidate it and get out of whatever projects you don't want to be in. So that is working, but again, that was a red flag as well, because why do you need like 100 million donation to make your project work, right? So there that is. When that money runs out, I'm scared to see where the gas fee is going to go back to, or technically, I guess they're already paying for it, so it should remain the same, to be fair. But yeah, once that runs out, we'll be seeing those fees come back to normal if the upgrade doesn't do anything. Now, you remember they're supposed to have an upgrade here in a few weeks, so I'm assuming what they plan to do and what they hope is going to happen is that they already paid that 100 million, wherever that number was. I can't remember. Somebody let me know. That article was like a week or so ago. But wherever the money the Ethereum DAO started here, let me put an Ethereum ETH DAO donation. Let me see how much it was. I don't want to misspeak. However much that donation was. So let me see. ETH DAO donation. It's not telling me. I gotta do a deep dive. Somebody let me know if it was. I don't know how much they just donated recently, but let's just say 50 to 100 million. Yeah, whenever that wears off, the prices are going to go back to normal, but they're hoping that they have that upgrade in place before it wears off. So right now, like I just said, you're getting the free gas fees or whatever, blah blah blah. They're hoping before that pot of money runs out here in March or something, that upgrade could be executed and they can become more efficient and gas fees will stay low. So once the money runs out, there isn't it going back to like $100 or $300 gas fee. It maybe just goes up to a few bucks. That is the hope of it. But so far, it hasn't happened yet for what they're doing. So we'll see if it does happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if this donation runs out, the upgrade doesn't do anything, and gas fees are still $300. Like that would literally damn near be the end of their project as we see it right now, or at least the hype of it. Ethereum Foundation is seeking a social media manager to share the most pressing Ethereum ecosystem developments and stories on social media platforms like X. Yes, they're looking for a PR person for Ethereum, an official one. It's not enough you have all these people doing it for free. It's not enough you got Bankless out there. I mean, Bankless is your yapper for Ethereum. It's not enough you have them. They also need an official one. Again, to me, that is a red flag. They're talking about they're doing it to boost their social media presence as the price of its native token struggles against competitors and sentiment drags. No, you don't need to hire anybody for your social media presence. It's going down because we're not stupid. You have competitors and you all haven't done what you say you're going to do. It's a pretty simple thing. Again, red flag if you need to bring in a talking head to convince everybody that this is the right project to invest in. It's hiring a social media manager and says the successful candidate will need to live and breathe the Ethereum ecosystem, be familiar with social media. So they're going to want you to lie too. They're going to want you to lie because if you live and breathe the Ethereum ecosystem, you definitely are going to be critical about it right now if you're objective in your work. So essentially, they want you to come lie. Be familiar with social media platforms, X, Farcaster Lens. I'm not even familiar with them. Farcaster Lens and Blue Sky. I'm gonna have to keep this article up. God damn it. And have managed high-profile accounts with more than 10,000 followers in the past. The foundation said in the February job advertisement on Lever. So hey, we got some great people on our team. Go ahead and tell them that you're right for the job. I'll tell them that you are our Ethereum head here on the chat. So go get the job. One of y'all warriors got that for sure. The social media manager will work closely with the foundation's leaders and team members, blah, 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 blah. Come help the EF Yap Better. Foundation Protocol Support Manager Tim Byko said, following a post from EF member Josh Stark, who shared details on the job on X. No. The answer is no. Y'all need help yapping better. Y'all might need to hire another coder, another developer, come help us code better. Like, no, people. Again, whenever you see a company or a project or anything that has $100 million in it and they stop meeting deadlines and things start going wrong, and out of all the people to hire, they hire Coinbase. When Coinbase, before Coinbase went public, if you remember, they hired the marketing director from Facebook. I said it then. I said, oh, they're doing IPO. I called the Coinbase IPO, I think 3 years before it happened. If I remember correctly, they hired the Facebook director of marketing in 2018. In 2018, they did, maybe late 2017. On the show when that happened, I said, why would you hire a director of marketing the size of Facebook if you don't plan to do an IPO? I was like, you don't need that for a retail market. Like they were already like, you can one of us. I got one of us. So what Ethereum's doing right now is all you needed. So you don't need that for retail. I'm like, oh no, they're getting somebody that high level because they're trying to get something going that high level. And then if you remember, right after they hired that person, they hired the one of the I think either CEOs or executives at TD Ameritrade within like 2 months later. Same thing in 2018. I was like, oh yeah, they're going IPO. I was like, because Brian Armstrong, the way he was working, like he didn't need no more executives unless you're trying to set up an IPO. And then what, 3 years later, whatever, they had their IPO. So I'm telling you now, Ethereum Foundation hiring a yapper is the biggest red flag I've seen from them recently. That donation they just did for the DAO, that was pretty bad too. But now you did a donation and a yapper, folks. 8% income and 9%, seriously, 9.5%, 6 weeks max after this upgrade. If this upgrade comes out and nothing works, and that DAO runs out of money to keep funding the gas fees. Sorry, good try though. Let's see. Last but not least, shout out to Ross Ulbricht. Ross just got out of prison, and this is how I know whatever conversation that was had between him and President Trump was a super positive one, because there is nobody in the United States that, well, except for extra, but most people in the United States aren't going to beat a life sentence or 2 life sentences plus 40 years and come out and be like, hey, yo, free the homies. Ross, shout out to Ross. Ross came out a week later. Forget me and what I got going on. We need to get Roger Ver out. Now, here's the deal. I know why he's free. I haven't read this article, so I'll skim through it really quick. But this is probably why he's freeing Roger Ver. And by the way, I know I covered it. I didn't realize I don't know if I actually covered him being arrested. I kind of remember covering that last article. I didn't know they actually arrested him. I thought they were trying to, but he is actually arrested. But you have to remember, Ross Ulbricht has been locked up a while as far as crypto scene. Like, this is big meat coming out right now. This is big meat coming out. All right. Ross has been locked up on the crypto scene. He doesn't really know lots of what's going on. I'm sure he did see some things Roger Ver is doing. But bottom line is, when Ross was operating, when he first came out, it was the beginning of Bitcoin. It was the beginning of Bitcoin with business. And Roger Ver, when he was Bitcoin Jesus, he was the first American businessman to invest heavily into the Bitcoin and crypto space. So when you look at the timelines and when Ross Ulbricht was out and operating, doing all that stuff, like, I'm pretty sure their paths have crossed at least once, right? So, and by paths cross, usually early Bitcoiners and crypto folks, we're pretty generous with one another as well. Paths cross. What do you need? How can we support? What's going on? So I can only imagine Roger Ver helping or doing something with Ross Ulbricht early on, A, or B, after he got locked up. I think Roger Ver was a vocal proponent as well. So I understand the double back for sure. From a personal level, I understand the double back. Not mad at it. That's what's up. And that's also why you shouldn't lose hope, folks, if you get arrested or locked up. I ain't gonna lie, like, these LA gangsters different, boy. They jail's deployment for these folks out here. They like, yeah, whatever. Like, we go tough it out for a few years and we'll be right back at it. So I'm not like that, but I get it. Again, I do for sure get the culture. And this is a different way of it, but it's the same one. All right, I'm out. It's time to free the homie. He's going to go do that. Shout out for Ross, to Ross. Again, the conversation between him and Trump had to be super positive for him to even have the confidence to do this. Like, you just saw the American government do you super dirty, and you're coming out trying to get one of the homies free who ain't paid the man. Like, look, bottom line is Roger Ver will get free. He's not gonna get no long sentence. My man's got paper. This is about bucking the system right now, and I think the last administration really went after him. So I can see Ross bringing this to the attention of Trump and being like, you say you wanted money, right? I mean, listen, to keep it real, folks, every other community is doing it but one. And the president of the United States said something last time, and he said this time, he said, I want to make deals. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna get political, but every other community has been making a deal. Just make a deal. Make a deal. All he wants is a deal. You're not gonna get your way. You're not gonna win. Make a deal. Make a deal. Like, well, I don't get it. Just make a deal. Ross Ulbricht is trying to do that. Ver was arrested in Spain last April and charged with tax evasion, with U.S. authorities claiming he underreported capital gains he made from Bitcoin sales in 2014. Silk Road, Ross Ulbricht is asking for clemency for Roger Ver, who was used to be known as Bitcoin Jesus, who's facing a possible decades-long prison sentence for alleged tax evasion. And in real life, that's ridiculous, folks. In real life, that's the psychotic nature of humans. If somebody evaded taxes and moved out the country, fine, cool. Don't go kidnap them and enslave them for 20 years. Then give you some money. They don't want to be here no more. Let him keep his money and all that and go. That's fine with me. Just don't use our resources anymore, as long as he's not using our resources. But Yeah, you don't want to be here. You fleece us for taxes. Okay, big whoop. Like, would Roger Ver taxes change the trajectory of the United States? Like, no, I get it. You have to make an example, but not really, unless you're psychotic. You humans aren't allowed to not pay us and leave and never come back. No, this sounds like a fucking crazy X. And this is why everybody who's actually from the United States laugh at our government sometimes because it's so contradictory and hypocritic. It's like you can't say rights for all humans and this matters and that matters and no, kidnapping is illegal and all this other stuff, but then be like, oh, well, this person who don't want to talk to us no more and move. And I think he might even went as far as trying to renounce his citizenship and didn't pay us. No, no, we need him back. We need to go kidnap him, get the money, and he has to stay with us. Why? Let the man be. He don't want to be here. Let him be. But whatever. In the February 20th statement to X, the recently free Ulbricht said Bear. There he is. Yep, I didn't read the article. Said Bear advocated for him while he was in prison, and now he wants to return the favor. That's real. That's real. I can't be mad at that. Hey, you know what? Matter of fact, I like to applaud stuff like that in real life to keep it real. Hold on. And to be clear, this will be different if like Roger Ver had harmed someone, right? Or fleeced people, which he kind of did, but not really with the Coinbase thing. But yeah, if he was like, if he had did a rug pull, if he had killed a bunch of people or violated like some women and kids or even some males, right? If any of those things where he hurt a human happen, I wouldn't be like celebrating this. But yeah, we're talking about a financial crime from a guy who left the country and said, I don't want to come back. And then the guy who just beat a double L plus 40 years came out and said, no, he was there for me when I was down. I'm gonna be there when he needs our support. That's real G stuff. How can you not applaud it? That's what a real man do. That's a real, I won't say real man, that's what a real mature adult does. Now, on the flip side, like I said, what was that conversation between Ross Ulbricht and Trump? Because I'm guaranteeing a real, you know where 300 more Bitcoin is at, Ross? Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for getting me out, player. Send me your address. Everything cool. Like, there was a conversation had. There was definitely a conversation had to feel this comfortable. All right. Because you are talking about, wow, bro, go be quiet for the next year. You're not, no, bro, go be quiet. Don't be out here embarrassing these folks. No one should spend the rest of their life in prison over taxes. Let them pay the tax, if any, and be done with it. Hey, I didn't read this article, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't read this article. That I truly do believe that. Oh, wow. Yeah. 2014. He been, oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Roger Ver for this, and then shout out to Ross Ulbricht for this too. My man's just got freed. Hasn't even been a month, and he's back out there. So Ver was arrested in Spain last April. The U.S. charged with tax evasion, filing false tax returns, and fraud. I thought I cover the arrest. I thought we just covered the subpoena for his arrest. I didn't. I honestly, I didn't. I can't remember. He actually got arrested, and he could spend a possible up to 109 years behind bars. Come on, man. 109 years behind bars for not paying half. That tax must be low key $500 million at least. Because how does Caroline Ellison, who helped FTX do what it did, get what? 2 years suspended sentence, house arrest, whatever, and that's $50 billion of damages. And then this guy owes the government some money and left. So he's not even using our resources anymore. He's not calling the fire department. He's not using police. Neither does most people who live here. But anyway, he's not doing that. And then you say we want to put him in prison for 109 years. Folks, something is wrong with our government when that's like absolutely. And I get it. Some of you be like, well, in other countries, they would have killed him. Don't make it right in other countries either. This is absolutely insane. Let the man be. It's absolutely insane. But here's what's serious. The reason I'm covering this story is not only because it's altruistic and things like that. I probably say that word wrong. But if Ross does get him freed off this tax evasion charge, precedent has been set once again, folks. Wild, wild west. Nobody's coming to save you for real this time. Hey, y'all might want to stop complaining online and dig in and figure out how to make a way in these markets. Nobody's coming to save you if you ain't noticed. All the crying and complaining is about to fall on deaf ears. Nobody's coming to save you. Figure this thing out right here and win where you can win. Let me check out the comments for the most part. That's my rant for today. Oh, and perfect timing, 59:05. I knew I was going to rant. I knew I had some rants in me, and I had them in me. That Doge 5K check distribution will buy many eggs and milk. Yeah, I always wonder though. It's a scary thing to do these distributions until you audit the Fed, because the last thing I want is It's just not gonna work like that. Even if you're not printing more money, American capitalism will take over. And what I mean is everybody get a $5,000 check, eggs are $18, bruh. Eggs are about to be $22. Gas is about to be $9. Like, why? Everybody got 5,000. It won't last forever, but it's gonna last for like 3 months. Prices will rise overnight. So to me, if they were to do that, I think they also need to put out a memorandum as far as price gouging and things like that. Because as soon as like capitalists find out everybody got money, well, add a zero then, right? That's what we're doing. That 5,000 gonna turn to 500. So we'll see what happens with that. We shall see. What else we got going on? Makes sense why Ethereum shorts are so heavy. Oh yeah, Ethereum's about to get the hell shorter, I would assume. We were on the way up until this hack of Bybit. Forget Bybit right now, folks. I think I said this like a year or so ago. I would be very cautious with using Bybit. They've been on the fence for a while. That's all I'm gonna say. Bybit has been on the fence for a while. I told everybody about that a year or so ago. They've been on the fence. I would be careful with them. I said a year ago. Let me just type in YouTube or that Bybit article from last year. They've been on the fence. So a hack makes sense to me. And here's what's even crazy about the Bybit hack. Without you all just told me this, right? I think I saw something this morning about Bybit and I ignored it. Uh, here's the deal. Here's the deal. It wouldn't surprise me in the least bit if Bybit hacked Bybit. We're gonna end the show on that. All right. It wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. If you understand what's been going on with Bybit the last year or so, how they've been having some issues, how they've been pushed back from different governments, and how they keeping people crypto. Bybit is keeping people crypto, folks. I want y'all to know that. Yeah, I'm wouldn't surprise me if they hacked themselves and just got rid of all those problems at once. All right. Other than that, that is the show / rant of the day. Thank you for listening to it. Grinds my gears. I'm sure it grinds your gears as well for some of you, for sure, for sure. But smash that like and share if you like it. Or if it was bad, hey, call in next time or put me in the comments. Tell me how shitty I am. I love to read it.